Hey people, my name is Abraham Tim Simon Kimani, also known as Baba Zion. You're watching Life is Spiritual Financial Freedom. We're talking about how taxes rob you and why earning in USD should be a standard for anyone living in USA, especially if you're in the Caribbean or you're in Africa or in any developing country. By the way, if you live in the USA, you need to hear this too, because you guys need wealth creation principles too, even though you live in a far wealthier country than most. Most employees in any country get absolutely robbed through taxation. The Bible says, a wise man scales the city of the mighty and casts down the strength of the confidence thereof. In Proverbs 21 verse 22. This simply means that a wise man examines the system, formulates a plan to take advantage of its weaknesses. So let's look at how much the average employee is actually getting taxed, taking into consideration that income tax is taxed at about 30% and sales tax around the world is about 18% average. To calculate the average tax that the average citizen pays, considering both income tax and purchase, which is sales tax, if a person earns about $100 and the income tax rate being 30%, they pay $30 in income tax, leaving them with $70 after tax. Now, the purchase or sales tax calculation, if the average sales tax is 18% and the person spends the remaining 70% or $70 on products and services, they'll pay an additional 18% on those purchases. So 70 times 18% comes to $12.60 in sales tax. So the total paid tax income is $30 plus sales tax, $12.60, comes to about $42.60. Now let's calculate the total percentage of tax paid to find out what percentage of their total income was paid in taxes. So to do that, let's divide $42.60 by 100, and that comes to 42.6%. In this scenario, the average citizen would pay about 42.6% of their income in total taxes when both income and sales tax are taken into account, given a 30% income tax and an 18% average worldwide sales tax. This is a general approximation. Actual tax burdens vary by country, region, and spending habits. But if 42% of your money, 42.6% of your salary is going to the government, then we need to see how much you actually work for the government. So let's calculate that. 42.6% of their income goes to taxes. That means they spend 42.6% of the year working to pay those taxes. So we calculate the number of days worked paying taxes by multiplying 42.6% times 365. That comes to about 155 days out of the year working to pay taxes, which means you spend about 42.6% of the year working for the government exclusively. After that, the remaining 57.4% of the year, approximately 210 days, would be for yourself or working for the company you work for. And this is why I strongly recommend that you pay yourself first. 10 to 20% of every dollar that passes through your hands should be kept by you in preparation for future investments in assets that can pay for your liabilities. Paying yourself first is a very powerful statement you are making. You're saying that you believe in your own financial future, and when financial opportunities to escape the rat race present themselves, you'll be ready. Guys, not only is it possible to have a US bank account and make money in USD while having never been in the USA, and there are people who do have these accounts and do earn in USD, and they're like teenagers. So if they can do it, you can definitely do it. People think that you have to travel to the USA and physically visit the bank in order to open an account in the USA, but that's just not true anymore. That used to be true, but with technology and with the information we have available right now, it's just not true anymore. You can access the US market and have the same privileges that any American has. I personally enjoy this privilege, and now you can too. And this is how you can pay your bills and have money left over to save up for investments. This is a great financial tool to have, and it can actually be accomplished, and you will not be the first or the last person to accomplish this. A receiving account in the US for USD is a must-have for anyone looking to diversify their income portfolio and increase their revenue. Many times people complain about their income, but they're not willing to do what it takes to increase their income. The financial freedom of waking up when you like to, as opposed to waking up when you have to because a boss will fire you if you don't, and the financial freedom to not have to be employed for longer than you absolutely have to, especially if you work in a toxic environment. The financial freedom to not have to work for someone who does not honor your God, but in fact worships idols. The financial freedom of being able to finally get married because the finances you needed are now coming in and you have stable income. income to support your family, and with money left over to save up for the future, especially for future investments. We don't just save, we save for investments. The freedom to start construction on that house, or purchase the land you needed for your construction projects, or finally buy that truck that you've been wanting to buy for your business. The financial freedom to purchase that car you needed to move from point A to point B. Not having a US account means being excluded from earning in USD. USD is far more powerful than your local currency. Not having a USD account could potentially cost you tens of thousands of dollars or more in opportunities that are only available for people with US bank accounts. Not having a USD account is choosing to only earn in your local currency, and that's not a wise financial strategy if you're outside the USA. Not earning in USD and not having an account in the US means that even if somebody wanted to pay you in USD through bank transfer, ACH, MasterCard, Visa, American Express, they can't, because you're not even in a position to receive payments. So let's increase your earning potential. Read How to Earn USD Outside the USA. The benefits by far exceed the risk. We'll see you next time. My name is Abraham. God bless you.